Stop guessing. With the all-new ChatGPT O3 Mini High and deep research feature, you can uncover exactly who your ideal customer is, and it's all backed by real data. Today, I'm going to show you how this cutting-edge tool builds hyper-accurate avatars, and I'm going to compare it to previous avatars that I've built using the O1 model, so you can see the difference side by side. If you're a content creator or an entrepreneur, this is a game changer for your marketing efforts. Here's what I'm going to talk about in the video. First, I'm going to give a brief overview of why having a customer avatar is so important. Next, I'm going to show you a previous avatar that I built using the O1 model. And then I'm going to show you the results I received when using O3 Mini High with this deep research feature. It's pretty incredible. Then I'm going to share a side-by-side comparison with the key differences between the two. And stick around to the end because I'm going to share with you how you can implement this for your brand. All right, so I see this all the time. The one thing that most entrepreneurs struggle with is engagement and conversions with their business. And this is primarily because they haven't taken the next step and have aligned their messaging and their content to resonate with their ideal audience. And this is because they don't actually understand their audience at a deep level. When you have a well-crafted avatar, you can create content that will resonate deeply with your audience. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to share a prompt that you can use with ChatGPT along with O3 Mini High and deep research to get amazing results for your ideal customer avatar. So let's jump over to my computer and get started. All right, so on my screen here is an avatar that I built using the O1 model with ChatGPT. And it's a lot of great information. There's actually 28 pages of information here. And we use this as a foundation for all of our marketing efforts. So we get our messaging. Actually, we can even get ideas for services or products based on this information. So it details out demographics, psychographics, behavioral traits, pain points and needs, the decision-making process. Like this is huge when we're trying to work out, what features to include on a website. Do we have a landing page? What kind of offer should we suggest? These are all things that impact our efforts. We detail out items like what keeps them up at night, pretty important for an automotive repair service. Some initial thoughts when considering a new automotive repair service. So this is a great section when we're looking at updating a website, because typically people do a lot of research online before they make a decision, and they go to the website as a key place. So this gives us insight as to what kind of content we should actually be putting on the website. We can look at immediate questions or concerns the avatar might have when choosing a service, some make or break factors when evaluating a service, 20 things the avatar does not want to do, 20 things the avatar does want to do, and so on. Now let's take a look at what the new O3 Mini High with deep research produced. Okay, here we are in ChatGPT O3 Mini High. You do need a paid or a pro account to use the Mini High here. And you can see down here there's a new button here that says Deep Research. And so you click that essentially. And I gave it the same prompt that I built out that previous one using O1. And once I submitted that, it was pretty interesting because now they do tell you that this is a deep thinking model, so it might take some time for it to generate a response. Actually, right away, it asked me these follow-up questions. Before I craft a detailed buyer avatar, could you clarify a few key points? Service focus. Is this for a general automotive repair shop, or do you specialize in specific services, collision repair, luxury vehicles, fleet maintenance? This was really impressive because number one, previously, it would just crank out the information. These are great questions because actually this client would like to attract fleet maintenance. Now, from a marketing standpoint, that should be a different avatar because they're going to have different needs and requirements as opposed to an individual that owns a car. But this is really amazing. From a marketing standpoint, these are great questions. Next, if we look at the target market scope, are you looking to attract individual car owners, business fleet managers, or both? See, great question here. Current customer insights. Do you have any existing data on your best customers, age group, spending habits, common repairs? Or should I start from industry benchmarks? This is great. And this is a great marketing lesson. You always, if you want to grow, you essentially want to replicate your best customers. And so this is a great practice that it's doing on its own. So I'm super impressed at this point. Finally, it asks if there are any competitors that we want to differentiate from, which is really fantastic. And to keep this moving, I just kind of gave it some brief information here. And then it took 8 minutes to generate this response. And if you actually click on this, it'll show you where it pulled all this information from. Really great stuff. So now let's kind of review it. This avatar has it as a male and named it Commuter Dad. But anyway, if we look at the demographics here, it's definitely more specific. And it says, you know, the ideal customer is in his late 30s. And this aligns with the median age of Antioch. So it's actually bringing in the town data, which is really interesting because we didn't have that before. Now, the numbers are similar to what the model generated in O1, but we have a lot more information here. And it's interesting because it says he's old enough to have established routines and possibly a family, yet young enough to be tech savvy and open to new service providers. It's interesting. Could be male or female, but often a household member responsible for car maintenance. In many cases, Mark is a family man coordinating vehicle care with his household, or Lisa might be a busy mom handling the family SUV. Both genders are represented. What matters is they take initiative for caring for their vehicle. It talks about their occupation. This is kind of interesting where I think this is very accurate. As far as people that live here, it's professionals, office workers, tradespeople, or skilled labor. Most of them work a 9 to 5, which it says here. Other roles, let's see, teachers, nurses, construction managers, right here. Many commute to work or travel for their job, so car care is essential for daily living, okay? It talks about income, location, and anybody within a 15-mile radius here. And which is cool because it does name the neighboring towns. So Lake Villa, Fox Lake, Lindenhurst, and then even crossing over into the border of Wisconsin. This town is right at the border. Trever and Silver Lake are in Wisconsin. Very interesting. So O1 did not do this. And in fact, even if you do a Google search, it oftentimes won't jump over to the border. So it's really interesting. Now, why is this helpful? Well, this is great for SEO. This can help focus your efforts within a 15-mile radius. So if you want to optimize your website, this is great information to have because we can create content for Antioch, Lake Villa, Fox Lake, Trever, Silver Lake. We know that it's important to be within that 15-mile radius. If we look at the psychographics here, definitely a little more information. I'm not going to keep going through all of this in great detail, but pretty cool. Like, even the fact that it says that people take trips to the chain of lakes. There is a chain of lakes here. That's literally what it's called, which is very popular. So there's some really great detail here. Okay, I've got these side by side now. So on the left-hand side of the screen is the avatar that I created with O1. And obviously on the right is the new one with O3 Mini High. Same prompt used in both of them. And you can just see the difference. Like, look at the demographic sections here. We have the psychographic section here. I mean, it is considerably more information and far more detail. So I highly recommend you do this. And there's maybe 2 approaches to do this. And I haven't done the second one. You can use the same prompts that you've done in the past, but it might also be interesting for me to take this model, the avatar that I created in O1, and give it to O3 and see how it could improve it. And would I get similar results as opposed to using the same prompt? If any of you have done that, put it in the comments if you've experienced this and, you know, what were the results? I'd love to hear. Here's another thing that I'm going to point out here why this is so powerful. If we compare the pain points and needs sections here, if we look at the one from O1, it says the avatar struggles with finding reliable and trustworthy auto automotive repair services. If we look over here at the new one, a major pain point is the general distrust of auto repair he and many consumers feel. He is worried about being misled or overcharged. So they are saying similar things, but the detail is more specific in the new model. And it even gives us data. Right here it says, for instance, 76% of drivers worry shops will recommend unnecessary services, and 73% worry about being overcharged. Okay, so from a marketing standpoint, it's real important for this client on their website in the hero section to address those two things. And so the way that I would do that is to say, we're upfront and there full transparency with charges, and I'm thinking off the cuff right now, but this is the importance of doing something like this, because if you have 76 or 73% of people thinking this, that's a pretty important piece of information you want to have front and center on your website when they come to check you out. All right, remember how it asked us about competition? This is some really great information here. Here's the response it gave to differentiate from Salem Auto Service, and it's pretty interesting. If we look at location and community focus right here, it says that Salem Auto Service is located in Salem, Wisconsin, whereas ours is in Antioch, blah, blah, blah. This I thought was interesting. Our target, Mark, is firmly rooted in the Illinois side, with Antioch and its neighboring Illinois towns in his community. We might highlight that we are an Illinois local-based business. We know Illinois vehicle regulations, for instance, emission testing requirements for our region, and we participate in Illinois community events. I thought this was a great point to make. Also in these recommendations is for the shop to be an active member in the community. So partake in parades or in charity events. And here it actually spells it out. Additionally, to use this for marketing, you can, our involvement in local Illinois schools, charities, and events differentiates us from the Wisconsin shop. Okay, they're not going to do that. And so we kind of position the shop as sort of a community member this way. Also, here's some great community information, which is really fantastic. It's talking about the difference between Antioch and Salem, where Antioch's population skews a bit younger with the median age around 37, often young families and middle-aged professionals. Salem Lakes has a higher median age of about 44 years, indicating more older adults or long-established families in the area. This implies that Salem Auto Service's typical customer may be older, possibly long-retired couples or established residents who have patronized the shop for decades. They opened back in 79, 76. In contrast, our ideal customer, Mark, is younger, maybe newer to the area or starting a family, and is in the phase of actively seeking my go-to mechanic. This means our marketing can be more geared toward a modern expectations, online booking, digital communications, whereas Salem's clientele might be more content with traditional, more old school service approaches. This is really crazy. It's our advantage that we can cater to a tech-savvy, convenience-seeking segment of car owners in a way that Salem might not emphasize. Also, Antioch's higher average household income is higher than Salem Lakes, suggests our customers may have a bit more spending power or newer vehicles, so we can pitch services like preventative maintenance packages or upgrades that might be less of a focus for a shop serving older demographic with possible older cars. Really interesting stuff there to explore. Now it even gives a unique value proposition to stand out from Salem Automotive Repair. This is really great stuff here. Here on my screen is a side-by-side comparison of the key differences between doing this traditionally and then using this new O3 Mini High with deep research. So it's basically driven by market research, which is really fantastic. And there is a deep psychological and behavioral insights, which is exactly what you want when you're trying to figure out who your ideal audience is. The more information you have, the better. What I really like here is the content strategy. And with this new model, it's hyper-personalized. And this is so important because in general, your audience wants to feel understood, that you really understand them and their needs. When they feel that they're understood, they have confidence. And when they have confidence, they become your customer. I also, with the engagement impact, this is the reason why I do this, is because when we implemented this, and I'm talking about even before O1, when we were working with the early generations of ChatGPT, we get 3, 4, 5 times the engagement when we create content using these avatars as part of the process. So it's only going to get better as these models improve. And so I completely agree with this. Now, we haven't used it yet, but now I have to redo all of our avatars using this model. But I guarantee we will see our engagement increase even more. The key takeaway here is that this eliminates guesswork from marketing. You can use this data to make your marketing efforts more efficient, which ultimately will make you more profitable because your marketing efforts will be more effective. So how do you get the most out of this effort? Building your ideal customer avatar should be the foundation for all of your marketing efforts. So everything that you create, whether it's your content on your website or for your social media content, email, newsletters, ads, landing pages, it should all relate to the information presented in your avatar. If you would like a copy of this avatar, it's available in my free Skool community. It's AI Marketing Mastery. It's for content creators and entrepreneurs who want to grow their brands. I share marketing advice and AI tools to help you grow your business. And I have this prompt that's available. I've literally done all the work. You just have to copy and paste it into ChatGPT, and you can get these same results. There's a link in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.